I am revealing a design never seen on YouTube before. A brilliant mind from the technical community shared a tileable, compact crafter circuit with me, and I'm using it to finally bring my factory to life. Battling constant pillager patrols along the way. Stay to the end to see it working. I am Sai. This is my forever world. Welcome to Minecraft in a Hurry. It feels like it has been ages since I have walked these streets that I know so well. And yes, I would call this my forever world. And I've already been in here since like 2021, and I've built a lot of things that I very much love. I have all the farms and the OP gears, and sometimes I have a friend or two come in here and bug me, and I'm always down for that. Since we were here last, this iron farm ceased to be an iron farm. The guys inside are definitely there, but the zombie died, and I'm gonna get it working again without some serious headaches. But honestly, we've got so much iron stashed away for a rainy day that I don't think that I'll need to do that anytime soon. Ow. Lots and lots and lots of iron. The big priority when we were making content here last time was automating redstone component production. We found a pale garden. It's pretty far out. We have a small resin farm with what we gathered from that little expedition, so we can make it at home now. Ain't a big boy farm, it's just like the little one I built on Safi. So it only produces like a stack per night. Hey, that's plenty. Yeah, remember our task board? With a frog on top of it for some reason? Phase 3, right. So we have this building up here to put in a couple of different resources by the shulker load. Bone meal for the bamboo machine and full shulker boxes of iron and redstone. That'll get chopped down. Hey buddy. Chopped down and sent into the crafting grids we were going to build here. But you know what? You know those situations where a new technology comes out and you're all excited to use it, but then in like a year or two, people come up with much better ways of doing it? That happened here. Man, I don't remember it raining this much in Wittershins. As a result of the way that I've designed this thing, I'm going to have to clear a little bit more land from here to make it fit the way that I think is best. So I guess we get to do a little bit of land clearing. Man, wandering traders. Still got it rough in here. What are you looking at me for? I didn't do nothing to you. Yet. Yes, that's right. Flee! Flee from me and my shovel. Now they notice me. Now you see me? No, you don't. Now you see me? No, you don't. I should just take care of business, shouldn't I? Boop! Boop! Wow! Oh, hi. They already fall off a mountain or something? I feel like pillagers are usually stronger than that. Or am I just used to Safi with its terrible RNG and every mob having like full armor? I miss Safi. So what happened there is there was a bit of an issue with the hosting service and it basically nuked the world. So Safi is no more for now. And we're looking at probably starting that back up again at some point in the next couple of months. Man, it hurts to have a world just disappear like that. Just gone. What the heck? It's gotta be like the second band of those guys. Don't worry, llama. I will save you from... I guess that strong, independent llama don't need no saving. Oh, now they do. Oh, no, no, no. You leave my brother alone. My brother is a llama. Ah. Now you figure it out. Woo. Eat that. I'll show you to mess with llamas. All in a day's work. It's stuck to my leg. Of course it is. I hear you. Where are you? There you are. How did you survive all that nonsense? You should check on your llamas, by the way. Except you can't, because they're gone. Yeah. I know for a fact that this cobble generator was based on a string duping mechanic for the clock that has been patched. And I think there's an updated design we can use, and I need to implement that before it gets turned on, and there are big problems as a result of it. That wouldn't take long to fix, I don't think. Well, it seems to be working. Popping up cobble. Turn off. Turn off. Surprised there isn't more cobble coming up. And that's because the furnace arrays aren't full yet. Once those are full, it'll really start coming out. That is a Big Booty 17 cobble farm design. I spent about 45 minutes just crafting. Ironic. But in these boxes are all that I need to build the thingy that will mean that I will never have to craft redstone components again. Unless I just want to. I guess it is time, finally time, to build the crafter arrays for the factory. This is it. This is the crafting array that I will use to make all the redstone components, except dispensers. That's kind of a special case. This design is a single wide tileable crafting array, and huge thanks needs to go to someone called Shall Rise Delta on Discord, who I met in a crafter design archive, and this is Shall Rise Delta's design. The original design had chests up there instead of hoppers, and I changed that because then I could use it with water streams. It will shut off automatically when the output is full. You could even do it without the double chest and the hopper underneath there, and just have the barrel as the receptacle. And that comparator right there will shut the circuit off when it's full. This is a 18 game tick clock that cycles the crafter array sections on a continuous basis when it's on to ensure that nothing gets stuck. I will qualify this by saying that designs like this go way beyond my technical knowledge. It's really cool to feel like I'm kind of on the cutting edge with something like this. I've never seen anything like this on a video before. And I feel like I'm kind of bringing something to YouTube that nobody else has. That's kind of awesome. Again, huge thanks to Shall Rise Delta for helping me understand a lot more about these designs and how to make them compact. I never would have come up with something like this on my own, I can tell you that. And the neatest part about this design is the way that this works is you pre-fill the crafters to have the recipe that you want to have, and then you pre-fill the hoppers. And because that part up there makes sure that those hoppers never get empty, they can hold the recipe too. Which means that I didn't have to build these item filters for the crafting array parts. I just think that's awesome. Saves me a heck ton of space. This array would have been massive. I mean, this was the space that I had allotted for this thing before I found this design. There's much more of it here. And this one wide tileable thing with a clock is going to do all of that with much less space. These levers, when engaged, will power the crafter, which means that nothing more can be crafted, turns each of the slices on and off as needed. And if I want to, this right here is going to be the drain, where I can have anything that is being crafted empty down and go back into the water streams when there's water in them. I'm going to do that last because reasons, which means that, like, this is going to be the redstone torch slice here. I can bloop this on when it has redstone torches in stock and send them back into the system so that they can be used to craft repeaters, comparators. I need to do at least one or more of those once I figure out which slice is for droppers, because I am definitely crafting crafters with this thing. That was inevitable, let's face it. Crafters, crafting crafters. I've already got the achievement, but I'm still going to do it because it's awesome. Crafters might be my favorite block in the game now. We'll see if the Happy Gas surpasses that. I'm kind of excited for whatever that nonsense brings. I think I'm going to change these glass blocks out for copper crates. In the rain. We're going to need to put a building around this. That's gonna make everything a ton better. Yeah, I think that fits the vibe better. I'm going to keep the glass and some of the water features just because it makes it easier to see if the thing is producing the stuff that it needs to. And make sure nothing's getting snarled up in the pipes, the glass pipes. On the outside, though, I'm definitely going to figure out some kind of trapdoor to use to make the item transit parts look really cool. So now comes the less interesting to watch portion of the setup, where I get to pre-fill all these hoppers. Some of them I'm going to add some double hopper action to for recipes that are really intense on one ingredient, like how droppers use like a heck ton of cobble all at once so that it can suck up items from the water streams quicker and deploy them for use in crafting. I'm just excited to get this thing to work, and I guess I'll bring y'all back after I have done the more laborious task of filling these hoppers and crafters up with pre-fill materials. Well, that took like, I don't know, maybe an hour or two, but I got all of these filled. The wooden shovels are filler items, and as long as the crafters never lose their recipe, which they shouldn't if I use this thing correctly, then nothing here should ever empty completely out. And that should mean that only the proper inputs ever go into these. But, hey, Union boys again? How about you not? I'm trying to explain complex redstone giblets here. These guys are so persistent. So next, over here, are you listening? Listen good to this. Over here, I'm going to build a crafting array design that I have found from a user who goes by the name of Geg in the Crafter Archive community. And this thing was one wide and tileable, but that didn't exactly fit what I needed. So I made it too wide so that I could fit in a shutoff system for when it gets full. It's gonna make me to the dispensers. And over here, I'm going to put some item filter slices for some of the most common items, and then a couple of drains that should suck out any other items that the system has flowing around in the water stream and put them back in when they are needed. Or I don't know, just take them out and put them in a shulker box. You're getting all that, right? Right? Okay, good. So, it is time to try and sort out some water streams for this thing. You're getting closer, aren't you? With the gear I have, these guys are basically easy pickings at this point. You're not gonna leave me alone, are you? Nope, you're not. Boop. Got an ominous bottle and everything. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Oh, I got hit a few times. Welcome to Redstone with Porcupine Dragon. Looks like somebody littered in here. These are neat. Did you furnace these, or did you find them? Oh, these are they. These are they. Got like a whole stack of them. My dock. Yeah, I don't know if I've even been over there. We updated to 1.21.5 for those of you in the audience who are seeing the leaf litter in my inventory. This dock over here. I love this little ship sign that I made. It's just such a cool little detail. I don't see anything different down here. Okay. Hold up. The lucky hidden potato? Just now, yeah. That's neat. I'm gonna leave that there. It's an artifact of the server now. So here we have item filters for each of the commodities that'll be coming into the system, or in case those commodities start flowing faster than the hoppers can keep up. Which will also reset the despawn timer on every item going through the system. And then each of these are toggleable drains for the item filters that'll go into a water stream and put them back into the system up there. Had to tweak the water stream a few times. Progress is progress, though. I'm grateful for progress. I'm a little stuck trying to figure out how to get these drains to actuate. See, my idea is to have a hopper minecart and have a button to send it over here and a button to send it back over there to turn it off. When I power these observers, it does not power the track long enough for getting the minecarts back to the other side. I'm chewing on it. Aha! Max delay repeaters. That was the answer. Look. Drains engage. Drains disengage. Perfect. And just to be clear, the reason for the drain sections is this system actually has more than the inputs that these filter slices take care of. And the drains are just for everything else that I don't want to build a filter slice for. Made the system much more compact, and the stuff that's going in there probably isn't going to be coming in here in the bulk that some of the other stuff is. I have been walking all around these waterways, checking them over and over again to make sure that I did not make any mistakes. Because water and redstone, you know. And I think it is time to add water. Just add water. Oh, and over here, maybe you can see a little more aesthetically pleasing portion. This will be outside of the walls of the factory, and I think I've cooked up a good little vibe for a decorative pipe design. You let me know in the comments. Tell me if I'm doing something right here, or if it needs some revisions. And it is time to go and get the water buckets out and start making this system work. After that, I want to do a full system test, and I think that's where I wrap things up for the day. Don't know nervous until you've crawled around your redstone components, worried that I missed a sign. That one little misclick is going to spill water all over the thing you've been working on for days. I think that's it. I think that is a done system. We have some upgrades here, and I totally didn't do a system test that utterly failed because of some design oversights. But if I did, that's why we have more of these modules here instead of the monocrafter design I had before. It was misfiring, making buttons instead of sticks, and crafting tables, and it was just a mess. So now we have drain systems for that. I'll spit out resources into the system as needed, send it off to the crafters. I have string, stone, quartz, and redstone to put into the system. Heck, a lot of you are new and might not remember this guy that we made. Down here beneath, we have dual shulker unloaders that'll send things into a water stream. You keep going, you'll find your way down here to some filter slices that'll take out the iron blocks and the redstone blocks and turn them via these crafters into dust and ingots. Shulkers with materials go here. and it'll unload at a hopper speed. This would honestly probably be faster, but yeah. Let's just round out the resources with a little more iron. Boop. Put that in the quay. It's sending quartz into the system. And that should be getting picked up over here in the filter for quartz. Well, until it gets too full. But it'll go around and it'll find its way in. If you've watched some of my previous videos on building this system, you're welcome to go and check those out. So I'm going to give you a little tour. Down here we have the on-off hopper lines from up top for this smelting array here, which will take planks and use them as fuel to smelt cobble into stone. That cobble is supplied from this guy here, which you saw me fix earlier, which will make a heck ton of cobble via TNT duping and cobblestone generation. And the planks come from this bamboo farm right here, which is bone meal powered. Bone meal can also be sent into the system from that unloading station that you saw up there. And all of that comes to this bubble column right here. That's this bubble column right here. That bubble column comes up here, and we'll put the outputs of those farms as well as the output from this guy here and the shulker unloaders into the water stream. Thanks, but no thanks. Maybe later. Yeet. Which feeds the crafting arrays, and anything that the crafting arrays aren't using will get put into these filter slices for now. And everything just about is lever controlled. I have wall stone to switch on and off the cobblestone generator, the stone smeltery, and the bamboo farm. That's these three levers right here, which are labeled. And then, of course, the levers on the barrels control whether or not the crafter array is active. I have to flip the switch to the off, the lever to the off position, for it to start being able to craft. And the drains, which I showed you earlier, can enable the system to suck out any items that I don't have a filter slice for, like crafting tables, chests, sticks, maybe a couple of others I'm forgetting. I can actually do a system test and verify that everything works as intended. And I'm going to be running around like crazy flipping levers. That's just how this system is. There are very intelligent people who have figured out smart item calling and systems that use encoders in Minecraft. Those systems are awesome. Tango Tech's made one. There are some other examples online. If you want me to link you videos I've found on the topic, drop me a comment below. I'll reply with a link. I decided to go with a manual system just because my time to play is compressed as you are already aware if you've been watching this channel for any length of time. If I ever do this again, I'm using smart item calling or an encoder. Encoders are kind of awesome. You're building a computer in Minecraft at that point and giving it binary commands to your system. And there's even some decent tutorials out there that'll at least show you designs that'll work, even if they aren't step by step. But this system, running around flicking levers, I can do that for now. Heck, I've learned so much from building this thing about crafting arrays, heck, just about making my own redstone in general. And huge thanks again to Shallrise Delta from the Auto Crafting Archive on Discord, because without Shallrise Delta's one-wide tileable crafter array design that we're using here, the majority of the recipes... Ooh, shulker's empty. This whole thing would not have happened. You might remember me showing off the design I was going to use before, and it was not one-wide. And it was not tileable. And it would have taken all of this room that I've apportioned to build everything you see here just to build the crafting arrays, and then feed the item filters from the water streams. This is the iPhone 7. I was going to build an iPhone 1. I want to make observers. I need cobble, I need redstone, I need quartz. So let's flip on the system giving us redstone dust. Boop. That should be going into the water streams. Let's flip on the cobble blaster. Aha! The lovely sound of explosions, and we should see cobble coming up here very soon. If I empty out, there it is. There it is, cobble's coming in. So now, with all of the inputs available, I can flip on the universal clock that'll keep these things more unload proof. Let's switch on the observer crafter. It'll start filling in. Every now and then, we should see it craft an observer. Like that. Got another one for me? It must not have enough of something. Probably quartz. Need more quartz. Oop! This place is going to become very loud. Yeah, it's quartz. Oop! And there we go. We are crafting observers automatically. Oh yeah! The system is not intuitive at all, and I'm not gonna want to run it while AFK, and if I'm not careful, I'm gonna lag the server out with all the items flowing through the water. But this is still so cool, and figuring out a technical system like this is why I love this game. And I think that's all I'm gonna do for today. So if you watched to the end, thank you. If you liked the video, you're awesome. And if you subscribed, you're my hero. And I welcome you to join me again when I continue to put a building around this monstrosity of redstone next time here on Minecraft in a Hurry. This is my redstone box. It was full today when I started, and that ate almost half. I've even done some trading since then. To get my supply back up, we need a witch farm stat. I've found a design, maybe next time.